Ian Baksiski was an intelligent schemer. We met early on in high school, and he'd update me on his various endeavors. He made plenty of money doing all sorts of stuff. I recall a lot of it had to do with bikes and cars, but towards the end of high school, he got really into computers. Ian showed me his virus just before we graduated, and I assumed he was just a script kiddie messing around. He assured me otherwise, and showed me the digital foreign bank account on one of his many modest screens. I remember the Linux logo, partially obscured by a small window displaying the current balance of a foreign account, perhaps Swiss or something. Although he never specified much, he avidly provided proof for so much of his crimes, and occasionally offered things to me. I never obliged, but there were a few that seemed too good to be true. I lost contact with Ian for about 5 years. When we met up again, I was taken aback by how professional and well put together he was. So impressed was I that I rudely inquired as to the nature of his improvement. Unoffended and eager, the young man provided a casual, albeit considerate conveyance of something that would permanently and dramatically shift the course of my life. It's hard to relay how much I've thought about these words, how many times their grim relevance has reared and manifested in the ensuing sequence of events. I wish I could show you directly how absurd it was, just how he talked about it. Anyways, he told me in a quiet, unobtrusive voice that there was a computer hidden in the Everglades that I could talk to, and that it would basically give me what I want. I responded roughly comparably to yourself, probably. All the basic reflexive concerns, then on to suspicions. Mephistopheles' computer, monkey's paw. Ian was patient with how he answered me, but didn't seem like he was trying to sell me anything. He just stood there in his expensive suit, keeping his gorgeous wife and girlfriend waiting, and told me about the computer in the swamp. Yeah, the red computer. That's what they call it. And that's what you should call it if you decide to give it a go, Ian said seriously. Then he looked at me in a way that indicated the whole thing might be a joke. And he sort of responded to this notion with a knowing smile. It's hard to write about how different this guy was from the last time I had seen him. He wasn't your archetypal loser or anything close to it. And even the facts I've stated about him render him a sort of caricature now that I read it. Ian was a nice guy, and successful with women and finance before the gap in my knowing him. But this was not an organic continuation of that pattern. Again, he acted as though he sensed my frustration and laid a firm yet genuinely affectionate hand on my shoulder. You can get that thing you told me about. I know you remember, he whispered. I looked away from him briefly. A scowl began to swell on my face, which he responded to. It's real. It's really real, but you have to do what it tells you. If I told you anything about my experiences, I'd immediately lose it all. You can't discuss anything about your experience. I also can't give you much beyond a